You also perform to a lot of Salman sir's songs.
Yes.
So this
Because
is
they are the
something-
best.
They are the best.
Sorry, Guru, I love your song too. Dance, Meri Rani, nach, nach. You know, the moment when you hear that song, you just feel like dancing because it has a tremendous energy. It's super charged, and because it's Himesh's song as well, and I'm super grateful to Himesh Shamia because he gave me his my first single.
How crucial is Selfish for you?
Yeah, it's a special song because actually this song was made while we were at home together, and we were jamming. So I was part of the making of that song.
What does it mean for you as a performer from here on?
I think every show brings more confidence because you get that experience. 3 years ago, I was on a tour with Mika Singh. At that point of time, I was just singing, no dancing. And this time I said, okay, let me bring the dance on as well.
You're looking
because it's
amazing.
very fun.
I've clicked some really cool pictures of yours. You're looking really amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And what about acting in film?
Yes, actually, I shot before the pandemic started. I shot for an action series in London. It's an international production. So it's full on action, and I love action. I love it.
Iulia here in Chicago after a stunning performance a short while back. Thank you very much for joining me, and Iulia, fantastic performance. How important is that energy to connect with the audience for you?
Thank you. I love that. I love being on the stage because I think the most important thing for an artist is to feel his, audience. So that whole exchange of energy between the artist and the audience, I think, is the most important thing for an artist.
Right.
So I love it. I love being on the stage. I mean, I used to do that in Romania when I was hosting. I used to host Dancing with the Stars, and I was a news anchor as well. And that was like when I was presenting the Dancing with the Stars. That whole thing connected with the audience, that was so wonderful. And here is so much more, because people want to dance, people want to, to feel that a little bit of home, Indian music. They want to dance, they want to sing those beautiful Hindi songs. So I think the most important thing for an artist is to bring joy. So this is my purpose all the time when I go on the stage, just to bring joy to those people who gave us actually their time, and that's very precious. And if someone gives you your time, I think that's the most important thing.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so towards the end, you went and you interacted with the audience, and you made them dance and you made them live. So was it planned as far as you're concerned? Or was
No,
it
when I go, actually my manager at one point, she told me, okay, we have to find out things about Chicago and all. So I said, you know what, I just go on the stage, I don't know what I'm going to say. I just go with the flow, because you have to feel the audience. And then it's just, something just comes out of whatever you're charged with. So I don't plan anything. I go with the flow. Whatever the audience gives me, I reply. And I think that's the way it works in the end.
All right. So as I asked you yesterday,
Yes.
and I've seen it, you also perform to a lot of Salman sir's songs.
Yes.
So this
Because
is
they are the
something-
best.
They are the best.
Sorry, Guru, I love your song too. Dance, Meri Rani, nach, nach. Yeah.
All right. So did Salman sir contribute in terms of choosing the songs? Did he have any inputs as well?
He contributed in the sense that he has chosen the songs for his movies, and because of that, we have one of the best hits. So I'm happy that I could choose that. And honestly, those are the songs that I heard so much, and they are so good. So I felt like, why not to rap those songs and to perform and to sing them. Most of the songs, but I think there are only like 2 songs which are his. Otherwise, they are like my songs and the other very famous songs, very known songs that people love. Because I could have put many of my songs there because I have a list of songs. But then I said, what is more important, for people to know my songs or for people to have fun, So I said, okay, I'm going to put those songs that will make people, happy, that will bring joy, and they will want to dance and have fun, So I've chosen the songs according to that thought.
Okay, now say for example a song like
Yeah.
To Make It Up. What is
Yeah.
it? What is it that you really like about it?
Oh, I love the energy of that song. The moment when you hear that song, you just feel like dancing. You can't just sit on the chair. You just dance, because it has a tremendous like energy. It's super charged. So that's why, and because it's Himesh's song as well, and I'm super grateful to Himesh Shamia because he gave me his my first single, and actually our journey started before that because Teri Meri song you must be knowing. It's a Romanian song.
Of course.
So I remember once I told you the story, I think, no? We were once at a party and they were asking me to sing a Romanian song and I had no idea what to sing. And I sang the Romanian version of Teri Meri, which is a carol song that I used to sing for my parents every year for Christmas. So they loved it and then they transformed it into Teri Meri, which became a big hit. So that was my first connect with Himesh, and after that he gave me the first single. Every night and day that I had with him. So yeah, I'm very grateful to Himesh, and that's one of the reasons as well. And of course, because the song is super awesome.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, and when it comes to Selfish, for example,
Yeah.
I think the way it has been mounted, I think is tremendous.
Okay.
Vishal Mishra's composition, I think, is stunning as well. How crucial is Selfish for you? Especially the fact when I saw you rehearsing on it, I could sense that that level of involvement in that performance.
Yeah, it's a special song because actually this song was made while we were at home together and we were jamming, you know. So I was part of the making of that song. So we're jamming, and then the thought come that, you know, especially Indian women, they are so selfless. They dedicate their life to the people around, to their family, to their husband, to their kids, you know. And then you realize that they need some time to give for themselves. They need certain things to do for themselves, you know. So the thought was that sometimes you just be selfish, you know. Keep a little bit of like a moment for yourself, so that you charge yourself. You're full of what you need, so then you can give to others as well. So that was the thought behind the Selfish song. And as I said, we were jamming, we were like composing together, and then the lyrics came, and then it just happened, you know. So it's a special song for me, and I love Vishal Mishra's voice and compositions.
Okay, so you're talking about the making of the song as far as Selfish is concerned, and interestingly, Salman Khan has written the lyrics.
Yeah.
So was this thought discussed in terms of why the women they need to be slightly selfish in terms of
That's why I said, because we were like all together there and discussing. It just comes, you know. You don't plan when you compose a song. You don't plan. You just, I think people who are composing, they are just gifted, you know. There is this energy which is pouring from up there, and just, you know, it just happens. So the thought just came, and then he started writing, and that was it, you know. And because things when are meant to happen, they just happen, you know. They just smoothly happen. So that happened with Selfish as well.
Okay, I also saw you rehearsing, the way you were rehearsing.
Yeah.
You were extremely involved, and the way you were asking for another take, can we rehearse it once more? Can we rehearse it once more? You know, that shows the level of involvement that you have and the fact that you want to excel. How important is excelling for you?
You know, when I do something, I do it with my heart. I don't do something that I don't believe in. I don't do something that I know that I'm not going to be 100% there. So I'm that kind of a person. So in this, especially knowing that the audience comes there for you, you know, they paid for that ticket. And you have to give them back, you know, something very to come to that level of, as I said, giving your time, right? That's precious. So you have to reach that level of the value of their time. You have to put your 100% in it. So that's how. And honestly, every city we have different dancers. So my worry was that maybe the dancers they maybe didn't have time enough to rehearse for the choreography, and I wanted to make sure that they know exactly the choreography, so everyone feels free, you know, to enjoy. Because once you know the choreography, once you know what you have to do, then it's fine, you know, especially for them as dancers, they have to know the steps so they can enjoy for real.
How important is this tour for you in terms of confidence building? What does it mean for you as a performer from here on?
I think every show brings more confidence because you get that experience, right? 3 years ago, I was on a tour with Mika Singh. At that point of time, I was just singing, no dancing. And this time I said, okay, let me bring the dance on as well.
You're looking
because it's
amazing.
very
You know,
fun.
I've clicked some really cool pictures of yours. You're looking really amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I love dancing. I love singing, and it just charged me with energy, you know. And as I said, being in front of the audience and exchanging that whole energy is wonderful. I don't think anything compares with that, you know. Like it's nice, it's lovely to act, it's lovely to sing in the studio, but then when you're right there with the audience, that's the best feeling ever.
Okay, and what about acting in films? Like you've been part of music videos. Can we see you acting in movies?
Yes, actually, I shot before the pandemic started. I shot for an action series in London. It's an international production. So it's full on action, and I love action. I loved it. I discovered another passion of mine. I mean, kind of I knew that I love that, you know, but till you don't do it, you don't know for real that if you want to do that, continue with that. But definitely, I love action. And after that, I shot with Prem Soni, another movie which is called Laramanju, with a very beautiful message, a very strong message, and it should come out anytime soon. I don't know exactly when. Producer will decide. But,
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, Iulia, congratulations once again for a fantastic performance today, and
you so
all the
much.
best wishes
Thank
for the
you.
remaining shows and for your future ventures. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's awesome to have you here in
Thank
Chicago.
you. Thank you very much. Thanks a
Awesome.
lot. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All the best.